Hey, one of the easiest things in the whole world, we get inundated with all these brake problems from people and confused, and I've said it about 1,000 times, but I'm going to say it again. Number one, to really diagnose brake problems, you need two people. To really diagnose super problems, you need two people. We're going to start off with one of the biggest problems that people have. Now, the master cylinder of a brake system, all this is a hydraulic cylinder. I want you to understand that this is a hydraulic cylinder, just like on a lift gate, just like on the blade of a bulldozer, just like on the blade backhoe. It is a hydraulic cylinder. And hydraulic cylinders must operate on a closed system. They must be able to build hydraulic pressure. They must be able to build hydraulic pressure. The master cylinder is the pump of a brake system. It's got to be able to develop pressure. Now, nobody ever thinks about this, but let me tell you guys a little secret. When you go out there and you hop in that nice car of yours, truck, motorhome, whatever it is, now you're not going to start the car. You are not going to start the car because we don't check brake systems with the cars running. It's dumb. It confuses things. When you hop in that nice new car of yours and you press on the brake pedal a couple times, I'll bet you money that you're going to find that you have a rock hard pedal. Rock hard pedal that you can't push to the floor. Now, when that happens, I want you to understand something. The fact that you can't press that pedal to the floor means that you have hydraulic integrity throughout the brake system and you have no leaks. You have hydraulic integrity throughout the brake system and you have no leaks. Brake systems typically don't work because of friction materials or they got leaks. When you bench bleed that master cylinder that nobody does anymore, when you stick those little things in there and you put the hoses in there and you go whoosh, 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 you are proving to yourself that these pistons are moving fluid. You're proving it to yourself. Not to me, not Joe Bob down the street. To yourself, and you're ready to move on. Now, if you take a master cylinder and you take off the brake lines and you were to close these ports with anything, you have to remember that, of course, on a Mopar, this is just a 9/16 by 20, so you can go get your bolt at the hardware store. And that's a 1/2 inch by 20. You can go get you a fine thread bolt at the hardware store. You guys with me? This is a used one. It's kind of hard to thread, but I'm going to get it because it's one of my clients. And it's the one I want to use. Threads are buggered up. Now, moving on, guys. I want you to understand something. If you plug a master cylinder and you press on this, it should be rock hard. There's no place for the fluid to go. This should be rock hard. If it's not rock hard, that means you have an internal leak. That means that you can't build up no pressure and the fluid is blowing by the seals. So what's the 2 ways to check out a master cylinder? And you know, you can prove it to yourself. You can bet your old lady. If you plug this up and it's rock hard, and you bench bleed this thing and it throws fluid, the master cylinder's good. You can take it to the bank and you can bet your old lady. I don't want to hear that I got 3 at A&A and you don't understand. Did you check any of them? No. I'm not interested in how many parts you changed, what you did. I'm not interested. That's where you start. Right there. Now, once this thing's good, and we know it's good, let's check the front brakes. Now, in order to check the front brakes, we have got to allow fluid to the front brakes. So how do we allow fluid to the front brakes? We take that off and we hook up the brake line. If we have brakes on the front and we have a rock hard pedal, what does that tell us? The only one not hooked up is the rear brakes. The rear brakes ain't hooked up. So, if we've got good brakes on the front, and we've proven it to ourselves, because we've done it, seen it, and felt it, that means that the problem is obviously in the rear brakes. Now, if you ain't sure of yourself, let's plug them fronts up again. And let's test our back brakes. And I'm going to leave you with this thing. If you don't take anything else from this. People always call us up, tell us that they got valve problems, valve's bad, need a valve rebuilt, valve replaced, or whatever. The valve is almost never the problem. The valve is almost never the problem, gang. Never. That's a strong word. 1 out of 1,000, maybe. Valves don't hold pressure. They don't do anything. God bless you. God bless America. And happy Mopar.